assuming he's a no-show.
2 weeks in a row, Mark.
Who would like
I've
to
done that.
pilot Hoppy? He said he was going to join on comms, so he should be able to say what he wants. It should just be pushing buttons.
But he's not there yet. I can try to figure out his little sheet.
To push Hoppy buttons? You got it.
If I can push Hoppy buttons. I mean,
Can-
Draco tends to at times. Not as bad as he does to Renin, but
It's only because Renan's your favorite. Draco.
They have a very
I know
special
it.
relationship for sure.
All right, so not Oni, but does anybody else remember where we are and what we did last time well enough to recap it for the stream and for half of my players? Little
I was having a
previously
mental
on Dungeons
breakdown.
and Dragons.
Oh,
Run
it's
through
coming
some
back to me.
slides to refresh memory here. So we're in.
We were in the market. We were staying overnight, and then there was a big catastrophic noise, and all these weird flying beetles came in and were trying to steal cows and children. And then we went out and squashed a bunch of bugs.
what?
And then the city.
Wasn't there also a big boom?
Big boom
boom,
bug,
boom,
yes,
boom.
that came through the front gate, like blistered through the gate, and then we killed that thing. And then the city guard came,
and Oni insult
I was
people.
really snarky to them, being like, "What up with your people? Don't worry, we got this covered. Pay us, please."
And your armor got messed up.
Yeah, my armor got all messed up, so they had to go replace it because there was acid blood or guts or something. And then we went to a little cafe while Draco was in the hotel sleeping and had a delicious breakfast from the city guard's mom who owns the cafe. And then the, what do you call him? The premier? The
King of Coin?
The pompous asshole.
That's the one. Sent his assistant to come and get us. And the assistant came, and so Oni and Renan went out and didn't want to ride in the covered carried chariot by the slaves. So it's okay though, because Draco found us, and then he got into the covered chariot and was having his feet washed and was getting fed fruit by the slaves and soaking it all up. And then they took us to the castle, the King of Coin's lair. I
think you mean the prisoners with jobs.
Yes, that is what I mean. And we left Amon because he's meeting up with Sari. Sari was going to come to the cafe. So Amon and Hoppy are there. Draco and Renan and Oni are meeting with these people.
So far, I think we had gotten a nice to meet you, welcome to my city level of conversation. I don't think we had gotten much deeper than that.
And I nodded to the lady, who is, she's the only person that I've so far acknowledged, and she's the number 2. I don't remember what she's called though.
Her name is Tiana, and she is the Silver Prince.
That's it.
They sort of arrange their hierarchy like coins. So he's gold, she's silver, and the Copper Knight, the first sword.
Okay, but I love that she's the Silver Prince. Yes, please. That's how we work. Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Life. Fuck your gender roles and names.
Yep. It's just that is the name of the office, so when she took it, she kept it.
Duh. You don't need a dick to be a prince.
Nope.
True enough. So we find ourselves, we'll pick up the story here. Welcome, Mark. I think I heard you log in.
Yeah, sorry if I'm a little noisy. Please let me know. I'll figure out how to mute myself.
We can't. You're not noisy. Yeah, you're good.
Draco's gonna push the buttons, so all you have to do is say what you would like to do, and he'll make it happen.
I want to push the button.
Push the button.
Drive safely.
Yes.
Game of Hoppy says.
Hey, you got a nat 20.
Sweet, wasted.
Excellent.
Okay. So we're talking. Well, I'm not talking. I'm just being cute and in the background and not looking scary. Like I'll cut you, but I will.
Because you're just a little baby.
Just a baby.
Kabir, the king of coin, the leader of this city of Calm, asks if you know why you've been brought before him today, why he's summoned you.
No,
He
sir.
addresses all of you as equals, but you can tell he's more accustomed to speaking to like a leader or a commander, and almost anticipating that need. Taena, the Silver Prince, asks to whom he should be speaking, who commands your order.
Sir.
We all look at Oni.
I'll. Okay, I can do this. So I'll take.
I mean, you read
take-
everything else.
I'll take one step
You're-
forward and say,
Yes.
we lead together or not at all, but I can answer your
Ooh.
questions.
That's my sister.
He asks if you find the burden of leadership too much for you. Why would you not accept? I'm sorry.
Sir, this is not the way you want to go, sir. Don't poke the bear.
The fact that you think that other people need to be led tells me a lot about the people that you surround yourself with.
Is anyone else getting an Oni echo?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Mark on speaker.
Yeah.
Testing.
Testing,
Mark.
testing.
He tells you that often it is the case that people require a leader. They almost need to be led.
Not to teach them to lead themselves. The problem is often with leadership. Yeah, she's stepping in, and that's
Yeah.
probably a problem.
And I'm just gonna let her go.
He tells you that you must not have a lot of experience with copious amounts of free will then.
Our will takes us where we please. But you've summoned us and you have questions. I'm sure it's not about how our unit travels together.
He said, precisely it is that.
And your city was just attacked and you don't have more pressing business than whether or not one of us steps forward as leader?
I need to
Sir,
understand better how you operate before I continue our negotiations.
We are a family.
We're a
sir.
group. We work together. We do what needs to get done because oftentimes leaders don't know how to take care of their people. What is your business with us? We have a lot going on. Don't waste my time.
He whispers. He's whispering to his council, basically the silver and the copper piece, the knight who is their first sword, and Taena who is the silver prince. Taking a moment. It's not rude, but like in civilized society, he would have people entertain you. But since he's cleared the throne, he's basically just covering his mouth while he speaks to his advisors. Renan specifically, you're kind of keyed into this already. Can you make a perception check?
I just feel like he's fucking us over. Yeah, let's go, motherfucker. What?
You do. So it is not like you're a very crafty person. You're not necessarily the smartest person in our group of people, but you are very clever in the sense that like if someone's going to have a trap you kind of thought, you've likely already had that thought. So coming in here, you thought it was unusual, unlikely that he would dismiss all of his guards save the one first sword, knowing full well that if Oni just rushed him, probably she could kill him before that first guard could stop her. So you're of that mentality where you're always sort of counting the ways out. You're always looking for the exits, looking for the other shoe to drop. in this instance, there are floor-to-ceiling length tapestries all over this room, and you keenly notice now that there are, at least behind one of them, a set of shoes that you can see sticking out ever so slightly behind one of the tapestries, and there's a giant, the word I'm looking for, like polished stone edifice that his throne is set upon. It is huge and probably weighs 3 or 4 tons, but it creates like a block of line of sight. And peeking around it is a small waif-like child that you recognize as your hired guide to the city. Has somehow found his way into this throne room and is peeking behind the marble altar that the throne sits upon.
Do we remember his name?
I think I do.
Wait, hold on.
Actually, I'm not sure that I do. I have to look it up.
No, I don't have his name written down.
I have to look it up.
I have the mushroom guy's name. Seashat.
See shat. I see shat everywhere.
Say,
This is
sir, I hate
anticlimactic.
to interrupt your private inquiries, but we are not alone in this room.
Why are you gonna? You're what?
Yep.
Your poor kid. You're throwing him under the bus.
No, I'm trying to gain trust with this asshole. Let us go.
He's gonna kill a kid.
No,
don't
I'll
do
say
that.
I'll say a friend has joined us innocently enough. And I'll say, come here, boy.
The King of Coin, who's normally unmoved, emotionally speaking, smiles a little bit, enough that you can see his slightly discolored teeth as he grins ear to ear. Maybe from like excessive smoking. I can't find this kid's name.
That made it worse. Well, I called him boy, so that's his name now.
Obviously.
You didn't call a boy all the every time last time he was around.
I know, it's very demeaning. You're welcome.
Guys, I just want to let you know that I'm going through Los Alamos right now. If I drop, I'm gonna stay off until
Past
after
Goleta, the coast.
or down in Santa Barbara.
'Kay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah, just so I'm not jumping in and out. So keep going. I'm not part of this conversation. I just wanted to let you know what's up.
Copy that. Drive safely.
Sounds good.
I've got a name in my roster here named Genna, but I'm almost certain that's not this kid's name.
No,
But it
that
could
was-
be now.
I don't think you gave him a name. You didn't give him a name on the session that I was there, but the second one when you helped us more, maybe you did, but sure.
I feel like I did, and I feel like I must have made it up on the spot and then just didn't write it down. I apologize.
That
I'm a
seems
horrible,
likely.
horrible TM.
God. Okay, so what are we calling him?
Genna.
Are we talking about the?
The thief kid.
Aladdin.
The thief kid,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin? Yeah.
Oh, I did call him Aladdin. Yeah, but that was just mean again.
So, John, did you call him a poo? Just to
Nice. Nice.
Okay, so I'll say, Genna, come on, come out. Again, King of Coin, whatever the fuck your name is, this is a friend. He's innocent. He's obsessed with me. I can't blame him.
He says, a woman of your stature, no doubt. But I'm afraid he won't listen to a word you have to say without my say-so.
Oh, there we go. You little shit.
Is it often that you have visitors to your city followed by members of your staff?
It is not unusual. However, you should take some comfort in knowing that he is not just a slave.
Well, he's certainly a skilled thief. Is that what we can expect from the rest of your government?
Not as skilled as some of us. Don't give the kid more credit than he deserves. whoever's kid he is, he's not as great as you think, sir. I knew he was there. Get to your point.
He motions the King of Coin, and Genna comes and sits on the railing, the gold railing of the throne right beside him. He just says that a man in his position must always know the comings and goings of the people in his places. It was a harmless ruse.
Then you know we mean you no harm.
And perhaps you have people that are following the monsters that came in to attack your people, so you don't need us for that information, since you obviously are very keenly aware of everything that happens within your borders. What are you playing at? And whose feet are that underneath the tapestry?
Renan, did you tell Oni about that? Because Renan so far is the only one privy to that information.
I have not intentionally, because I am waiting for this game to play out.
What other surprises do you have in store for us?
And at that point, I would like to take my short bow out and shoot an arrow at the tapestry near the man, not injuring anyone. And then I'd like to just sit.
For the sake of flourish, make an attack roll. We'll see how deftly you perform this maneuver. So it's just like shooting him right in the dick.
Okay. An 18? That's good.
Nice, yeah. You can either like put one right between the slightly outstepped toes of this person's shoes, or you can actually sever the banner from the ceiling and have the entire tapestry just kind of collapse down, unveiling the person hiding behind it. Your choice.
For sure, the second one.
Okay. You shoot out the rope, and this tire-heavy tapestry sort of collapses and makes that heavy canvas wrinkle folding sound as it just drapes to the floor. And there's just, a black-cloaked assassin, who's got two curved scimitars in reverse grip, who just kind of is like,
"Hi, guys."
If I stay perfectly still. What do you do at that point if you're the stealth assassin who's just been found out? Like, he eventually just, gets out of his shrouded stance and puts his scimitars away and waits for a command.
So far, I am underwhelmed with your staff.
He says, all the more reason why I am in need of your services.
Our services aren't for sale at the moment. We have, as my sister said, more pressing business to tend to. But I'm sure that we can assist you once our other needs have been addressed.
I am afraid this cannot wait, and everything is for sale.
I don't think you're going to like the price. What ails you? Why have you brought us here?
He asks you if you are familiar with what his advisors call a beast of chaos.
We are?
Yes!
He tells you that he believes that his own advisor on the matter, Seshut, keeper of the dead and dying, have told him of the rising of a beast of chaos, that those most in tune to the balance between order and chaos in our world have also similarly felt this disturbance. He sent his own investigative forces into the desert, and they have not returned. He, Seshut this is, believes that the Scarab attack is intrinsically related to the rising of this new beast of chaos. And since he sent his best men to investigate, and they have made no contact, nor have they returned victorious, he has to assume the worst. And given how well you've performed last night, he thought it was time for at least a conversation.
We are no stranger to fighting beasts of chaos. Side point, not part of this conversation. The beast of chaos that we killed, I thought it took longer for it to rebirth. So is this something different?
It must be.
Multiple beasts of chaos?
Oh yes, Amet was just one of 7 known beasts of chaos.
Okay. Okay. So, if you'll share your reports with us, we'll be happy to take them back to the rest of our team and see if there's something that we can do. but we will not work under hostage situations. We have to have the freedom to move about as we need to.
I know that you are unimpressed by me, and perhaps we have gotten off on the wrong foot. I intend to give you all the freedom you could possibly need. I am asking for your help to save both my people and my city.
Although I do not like you at all, sir, this is exactly the type of thing that we enjoy doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you are in luck in the one sole fact that we like to kill creepy ass things. However, what Oni said stands. We have business involving a family member that we will attend to, and then we will kill the shit out of this beast. Do you understand?
He nods, but worries that by the time you're done with your family errand, there might not be a calm left to save.
Well, the longer you
we
keep us
just-
here, the longer it will take us to find out what our timetable looks like. We were actually waiting to meet with our sister for more information.
Don't
when we
don't
were
tell him anything else.
unceremoniously
Don't-
summoned here.
I wouldn't tell him anything. He obviously isn't trustworthy. By the way, there's 6 of us, and we each require 1,000 gold apiece to kill your beast.
Draco just kind of coughs. Fuck.
And if you're unwilling to pay, then we're unwilling to help.
Presently, you are unwilling to help, it would seem.
No, I said we will attend to our family business on our way to kill the beast. 6,000 gold or no deal.
Hey, 7. Sari's gonna be with us. We'll charge for her services.
Well, I included her.
He's considering it. While he's mulling that over, we're going to jump cut to Amon, who's still waiting, I think with Hoppy maybe, at the inn where the caravan came to pick you guys up. At this point, Sari has found you, has joined you, with the side eye rolling her eyes sister thing of like, why are we not ready to go? Why did we split the party again? Where is everybody? Sort of that best laid plans of mice and men smile.
Just be glad that I waited for you. Let's go.
Where are we going?
I don't even know.
A coin.
Everyone was summoned by this coin dude, and
Coin dude.
we're gonna go meet up with them. She's like a
says,
president or something. His face is on the coins.
Il Presidente. She says that our to-do list is already quite full.
You're telling me.
We have only days to navigate the deserts to find the wandering oasis, and I still fear the rising of chaos that I dreamt of last night. You can feel it too, can't you?
Yeah, we have a
Or
lot
else-
to talk about.
Yeah. And still we go to see your coin person.
Still we
Walk
go.
with me.
Still we go.
Do
That
you
is
wanna-
our new motto. Alea's flame. Still we
Here
go.
we go.
Still we go.
You'll have several moments of time, Amon, to speak with her about anything you'd like to privately, or if there's nothing that you want to say with her outside of a group context, we can just fast forward to you guys arriving in the throne room.
I just want to tell her about the mark of chaos that we saw on the bugs and the beast the night before, and see if there's anything else that she wants to tell me about that, or just the marks of chaos and stuff.
No, but just as a refresher, this is not new information, but because it's been a long time since we've played in that session, the Beasts of Chaos are diametrically opposed by the Guardians of Order. Horus, in his day, was one such keeper of order. So, as a person, you included, I guess, at this point, who is wearing a vestige of Horus, has like a preternatural dislike for all things chaotic, and these Beasts of Chaos need to be destroyed. They rise when balance tips from balance to disorder and chaos. They become powerful. They all operate in some kind of like natural order. They're not evil per se so much as they are the magnification of a natural force of order. Amit was the devourer, but he was just the personification of hunger. You know, needing to eat in and of itself is not evil. He was just going to eat the entire world because he's insatiable.
Aren't we all?
Indeed.
But hi to you too, John.
She so Sari thinks that whatever new beast of chaos is rising will likely also need to be stopped with the same kind of fervor as we did with Amit, and as with all beasts of chaos, the sooner you can kill it once it emerges, the better, because they only tend to become more powerful the longer they can draw on, feed upon whatever their sort of gimmick is. You know, if God forbid we ever found, you know, the embodiment of fiery chaos, you'd want to stop it before he could set the world on fire, but everything he set on fire makes him that much more powerful.
So we're just talking about the beast of chaos and catching up, and then we show up to the leader of coin, the king of coin, the coin dude, and everyone else is already talking about it. So we walk in.
You walk into Renan saying, "No, 1,000 gold per person, or we walk away right now." Which is like, you know, the brute force negotiation approach you've come to know and love.
Like I have no time for men. Just stop talking. Let me kill my shit. Let me see my sister. Goodbye.
Classic stick or stick. Like,
And then I say, well, Renan, here she is.
Okay, well, I was just saying that to you guys, but
I know, but your sister shows up while you're talking.
Mid tirade, mid frustration with penises, you're interrupted by just the warm childlike embrace of your sister, who, despite decorum, despite her rapid aging and all of the things that have happened, just wants to run to you for a moment.
And I wrap myself around her.
Unsure of what to make of the addition, you can just see the king is just doing like the mental math of how many more people could possibly be in this coterie of individuals if he's going to agree to pay each of you 1,000 gold apiece. He just keeps, you know, looking to see if there's any more people coming into his throne chamber here.
Assuming Hoppy brings up the rear, I'll say, you've now met
the 6 of us.
Our
Alea's flame. Say it.
You've now met Alea's flame.
Alea's flame. Still we go. That's every time someone says Alea's flame,
I shoot a little fireball up.
We all
just small
say,
little fire.
Still we go.
Still we go.
Nice.
I made a thing.
You did.
I just roll my eyes at you. What?
He tells you that wealth is not an obstacle for him, obviously, gesturing to the opulence in this throne room alone, that he's willing to throw money at almost any problem. This is a great problem that needs a solution, a quick and decisive resolution. However, the men he sent into the desert previously were some of the most powerful blunt force instruments he had at his disposal.
Or scalpels.
I'm going to put one hand up and say, they weren't us. And then I'm going to look at Amon and Sari to catch them up and say, a new creature of chaos has been discovered by his people, and he'd like for us to go and tend to it.
Sari immediately seems like that's a thing she's keen to do, and asks, like, cutting past you, asks him if he knows where it lies. Have you identified it? Where does it den? We shall kill it immediately.
I just kind of pull Sari back and say, I'm pretty sure we were walking in on negotiations.
Negotiate all you want, but I must know where the creature lies, and I must kill it. As you must, brother.
Yes, okay, let's go. Let's do this.
Sorry, we're trying to get paid.
It's
The
gonna build itself.
That's exactly. Gotta invest in the grotto.
the King of Coin says that he did send his most effective thugs and assassins into the desert to deal with this threat, and since he's heard nothing from them now in 2 nights and they've not returned victorious, he has to assume that this problem cannot be solved exclusively by brute force. Which he says he's already witnessed your success in the Catal arena. He recognizes that you have an enormous amount of brute force and power available to you. However, before he invests any more money in this and throws good after bad, he'd like to make sure that there's more to you than simple brute force, as that kind of instrumentation has already proved ineffective.
The reason why we don't have an established leader is because everyone in this group brings skills to the table that the others lack. So whoever has the skills necessary for the challenge ahead of us takes the leadership role.
He doesn't immediately hate that idea.
Something killed. You go to me.
He asks, then what happens in your community of leaders if there is discord? If 2 people with equivalent skill disagree on a course of action?
Okay, listen, I hate that guy. He's my brother. We make everything work. We've never come up against a foe we couldn't smash. You have nothing to worry about.
I just go right at her.
He tells you, smiling, that he's willing to entertain your price. However, he would like you to participate in some of the small acts of governance that he participates in on a daily basis, so that he might observe your problem-solving skills.
We don't have time.
Does he want his beast killed, or does he want us to play politics?
He wants to make sure that you're worthy of his investment. Again, if you're simply going to run at it with a sword, he already has people that have tried to do that and have failed. You need to demonstrate to him that you are more than that.
We will.
And if you're
when
going to
we
waste
deliver
our
you
time,
the
the
dead
price now
monster.
goes up. Yeah, the price now
Exactly.
goes up to $1,500 per person if
You
you're going to
don't-
waste our time.
Have to pay us up front, but you do have to commit half the funds now, and you can pay the rest when we deliver. And I do need my breastplate back, fully repaired.
Wow, that's a lot of demands.
I bite my tongue at him, or bite my thumb at him.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? No, sir, but I do
Exactly.
bite my thumb. All right.
We've been tested by more worthy individuals than yourself, sir.
Ouch.
Have you heard of Beiju? Wasn't that the answer?
That was, yep. It is always going to be at least one of the answers. He is surprised by your confidence, and you can tell he's considering it, but like his advisors don't like the fact that he might be considering investing this much time and money into people who are untested. And as he dismisses the first sword, saying, well, we don't have time to waste, she is not wrong. What is the harm if they cannot deliver, if Alea's flame is to be snuffed out by this terrible monster? Then testing them first will have meant nothing anyway. Either, I could test them all day and they could still pass my tests and still be snuffed out by this horrible monster, and all we will have wasted is an afternoon.
It's
entirely possible.
Followed. Why did you not test us through the matches that we faced in the arena? This is a horrible waste of everybody's time.
That's the test he's comfortable with. That was like he claims to have manipulated you into that arena to see what you were capable of.
A way to test other attributes through the challenges that you presented us. You're wasting both of our time.
As there's this just crosstalk, like you're getting frustrated with him, he's getting frustrated with you, Renan's getting frustrated with everybody, the Silver Queen's getting frustrated. There's just so much
and more grapes.
Chaos filling the room. Amon, probably because you're the most observant, you can start to see swarms of flies begin to flitter in through the open windows in this room, and they begin to gather all along the ceiling, to a point where you can start to see splotches of black. almost as if the insects in this area are like drawn to the mass scene of chaos that's erupting in this chamber. Noticing it also, Renan's boy starts to eye it on the ceiling as well, and tugs on the cloak of the King of Coin, and it goes unheeded 3 or 4 times. A shoulder tap goes unheeded 2 or 3 times. He attempts to whisper in the ear, and the boy is gently pushed aside until finally.
Do I see this happening?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the boy, or I'm going to look at what the boy is gesturing at and say, what kind of leader are you who doesn't listen to your own people?
It says the kind who has to consider many opinions and many viewpoints and has so much to lose, he must make always the correct decision. And that's when the boy loses it and says, Father, this is the correct decision. I've seen them. Have you not seen them? She still bears the scar. She's killed one, she'll kill this one as well.
Aja? What?
He raises his hand like, not cocked in the sense that he's actually going to hit him, but like in a you have forgotten your place kind of sense.
Oh no, Oni's not having that at all.
And my bow is drawn, motherfucker.
Adding to the chaos.
I think we all kind of put our hands on our swords and bows. Just kind of like reactionary.
Mm-hmm.
My hand's still up for a grape.
Grape? I don't remember his real name. He's
Draco's barbecuing grapes in his hands.
Mm-hmm. Oh, roasted grapes. Blech.
What is
milk until you try it.
Because I know we all see the bugs, but I want him to explain what he means. I'm giving him the chance. What is it that you see, boy?
He says, can you not see that they're drawn to the chaos? We here are creating discord. We are sowing the very food source for these monsters. We have created this nemesis. We have drawn it here. This council, this family, this city has been in chaos for years.
Enough. Here's what's happening. We will kill this beast, and you will pay us each 1,000 gold. If you do not pay us 1,000 gold, everyone in this room that is not in Alea's flames will meet their death. That is the last thing we will say to you. We will see you on the other side. Family, out. And we walk out.
Still we go.
Out.
Still we go.
We go.
I stand there. We don't even know where we're going.
We can talk to the people. The people will know more than this fucker. I'm sick of his fuckery.
I did ask him to give us the reports of his people so that we knew what we were looking at. And he did tell us in the general direction that he sent that other team of assassins to try to fight it.
Okay, let's try and find we need to find out information about it. I know that we probably shouldn't have stormed out like that, but I was done talking to that.
I need my armor before we go.
Okay, so let's go get the armor.
The captain of coin dismisses the guard. They open the door. You're allowed to leave through the stained glass window that you came through, down the spirally staircase. There is a small retinue of servants that remain who offer to take you on palanquin or by camel anywhere you'd like to go in the city, but understand that time is sensitive and you may just wish to strike out on your own, in which case you are free to dismiss them as well.
Can we take the camels out of the city? That will make travel faster.
It's not explicitly forbidden by what they understand their offerers to be.
We'll just take a camel then.
Are they slaves?
That is unknown.
Okay.
They certainly
Can
are
we
in
ask
the servant capacity. Sure.
And if they are, I'd like to take them with us and then reroute them to the grotto.
The grotto. I like it.
It's not quite an even split, maybe closer to like 60-40. 60% of them are servants in the sense that it is their job they have been hired to perform this function, and they get paid a fair, reasonable living wage to be attendants to the royal family. The other 40% of them, the slight minority, are people who you would classify as slaves. They are not chained or bound, but they do not own their own autonomy. They are victims of um, like bankruptcy. These are former traders and businessmen and
That are working off debt.
right that have whose businesses have gone sideways and they must pay off that debt. They each wear a necklace that has iron that has been pressed into shapes of coins, and that iron is both heavy and like one of the least valuable metals, but it like each coin represents probably a year's worth of service is your guess. There are some people that bear as many as 10 iron coins hung from their neck. Some of the older ones have only like 1.5 coins left. It seems like that's how they handle default in this city.
I mean, I like that idea for the grotto.
Oh boy.
Jesus, who let him have a grotto? Probably
And
us.
so we go.
So we go? Question mark? Okay. So first we're getting the breastplate.
Yep.
Um,
I'm happy to just shortcut that and say that
Yep.
you pick that up
Yeah.
and that's done.
Excellent. I'm increasing my armor class by 1.
and then
It's-
as we're sort of moving about the city, I'd like to keep my ears and eyes open for someone who might know more than they're letting on to see if we can't, like someone who maybe is street smart so that I could ask them about what's going on in the desert with the chaos.
Without much effort or difficulty, you do notice that Aladdin is still following you, doing his best to not be seen.
Of course he is.
And you also recall that at some point during the chaotic screaming at each other back and forth in the King of Coins chambers,
Called him father.
he did call him father. You also remember that he did mention that Seshut, the druid of the Circle of Spores, he who tends the dead, had some potential
Right.
information on the Beast of Chaos.
Head to Seshut. He's a cool little druid guy with kind of
Okay,
gross spores.
But did
all around.
we ask him about it or did we not? I thought we did.
To my
That's
knowledge,
before
you
we
have
were privy. That's before we were privy to this information.
All right, let's go
Chaos
see
stuff.
Mushroom Man again and ask him about the Beast of Burden? Beast of Chaos?
Chaos.
Wow.
not. I'm Professor Chaos. Returning to the
Professor
Grove of
Chaos.
Spores, you find Seshut tending his garden of mushrooms again, and sort of laments your return because last time you stole several hallucinogenic psychedelic mushrooms,
We're delicious.
We used.
and he's not keen to have you raid his garden again, but is happy to see you. Said that once you left in such a hurry, he had a scant amount of time to put down a small wager in the arena, and he just tugs at his coin purse. Well worth the investment, thank you.
Nice. That's never a bet that will go wrong in your books if you bet for us to win.
Mm-hmm.
He said you had the bearing of conquerors and champions.
I don't know about conquerors, but we are pretty champion-like, aren't we?
He tells you that he is incredibly short-staffed. The head of his order has taken all of the minions to the Great Henge, for all 9 circles have been called to the Druid Moot. He has no idea what for, but even short-staffed, he can still offer you some of the basic services of the circle.
Oh, we need information on the chaos monster that's being,
Chaotic.
chaotic. Yeah, there you go. Do you have any information you can tell us on that, and like where we can find it? Because the King of Coin and us didn't quite have an eye-to-eye meeting. He was kind of grumpy. So
Thought it
was
great.
so was someone over here, but I won't say it was Renan because Renan knows it wasn't Renan. I mean, Renan.
Are you still talking? Shut the fuck up.
He tells you all to be mindful and careful of your interpersonal relationships. Chaos itself seeps into every facet of our day-to-day lives.
Me. Chaos does not need to help me. Disdain. Pure disdain for that one.
He invites you to come deeper into his grove. I mean, that's what it would be called in almost every other druidic circle, except instead of, beautiful trees and meadows and ponds and refreshing water,
and mushrooms.
You're in a damp cave with cold dripping water down the walls and mushrooms sprouting everywhere. There's sort of just a pervasive musky smell. I mean, it is as beautiful to him as a meadow would be to a druid of the land, but
I mean, the mushrooms are pretty. There's some pretty colors of mushrooms. They're just, mushrooms and gross.
He draws an old tome off of a shelf that's just mushroom pocked. He has to blow some spores off of the cover, and it creaks as he opens it. Old must fills the air. And he spends, a fair bit of time thumbing through some pages until he shows you an ancient scrawling picture of a humanoid form that has a scarab beetle for its head.
So excited.
At the exact same moment, upon seeing that picture, both Sari and Seshut say Kepra at almost the exact same time. Kepra is a known beast of chaos who is the embodiment of the death and decay cycle of life. Like, it is his job to cycle all things back into mulch so that they might one day be reborn. He is the literal, god equivalent of a dung beetle.
Nice.
He says that he does not know where such a massive being could be found, but it would need an enormous source of decay to grow in strength. And most notably, it will create discord and chaos in its wake, but its ultimate goal will be to reach the headwaters of the Atairu River. And Ciri goes pale because she has already understood what that means. But when he feels like the gravity of his words does not land as as harrowing as they did for Sari, he explains that the Atairu River is the source of all life. It is the wellspring of life itself. And if this Titan of Decay was able to reach the headwaters of the Atairu River, he would turn them into death. He would reverse its polarity, essentially, and try to use it as a means to bring death to everything in the kingdom of Amon-Ra.
I'm gonna look directly at Sari and say, if I kill this one also, will I get branded again?
She just solemnly, she knows of no other way. That's why the Beasts of Chaos are so dangerous, because they almost always guarantee the death of whatever kills them.
And is there any way to kill one without, that you know of, without carrying the brand?
She says it doesn't believe that it can be done, but at the same time, Seshut says that he believes he might be able to aid you in that endeavor.
Share us with your information.
Goodness.
What was that?
That was my kid yelling in the background.
Sounded like he was saying Negan?
No, he was yelling David, which is his best friend's name.
Nice. Right, Seshut has a plan. He's not certain that it would work, but he believes that he might be able to distill an elixir, a concoction that would prevent you from receiving the mark.
Excellent.
However,
Do we
he's
drink it
needed-
before or after?
he's never. Go ahead.
You just needed a cocktail?
Apparently.
Damn it.
It's
Gotta
over?
get a little sauce
Yes.
first.
That it's
We need to
theoretical.
bond the magic mushroom.
He's never made it. He still, at this moment, has not made it. And without druids to help him, he's very short-staffed and may not be able to do what needs to be done. And cautions you
druid?
that he has only enough material to make one such distillation, which means the person would have to know. You'd have to know
The
basically
killing
ahead
blow.
of time who's going to be the one to deliver the killing blow.
It's
And he
either Oni
also,
or Hoppy.
like, once you guys have already decided this is a great idea and you are following him back into his workshop, he also says that person would have to be awfully comfortable with mushrooms.
Oh.
I can do it.
How long will it take?
Imbibing the elixir or creating it.
Creating it. We must go with haste.
He tells you that he's theoretically most of the way there. It's all just practical application at this point. He's been researching it for days since he had the first dream of chaos.
You said you needed additional druids. Would one help?
Well, that would
I can help
We
too.
offer.
literally
I've
double the number of druids we have access to.
Excellent. And then we have an extra pair of hands who is very worldly in the natural world.
I'm very connected with the earth, my friend, my brother.
Nice.
Oh.
Kind of.
I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I'm not honest, but you're interesting.
I like it.
All right. You follow him down into this deep, water-dripped, cavernous area that is his workshop.
It's more.
There are
Have to
fewer
catch a
druids presently that are in
sandworm
this
larva.
picture. It is a pronounced altered-like workstation out of the water. The pool is sacred. It's an incubation area for spores. And there are several workstations around the stone edifices here. Most notably, as soon as you walk in Draco, you can see that there is a live scarab beetle that looks not unlike the juvenile form of the large one that burst through the door, but it's kept surrounded by a ring of fire. A permanent, perpetual burning ring, and it does seem to be either scared of or warded off by the flame. Yeah.
My God, Draco, you're going to be helpful.
Just noting in your head that, like, wow, they negatively react to the one thing that I do, and how did he make an internal ring of fire?
Chili. Most likely chili.
Really, yes. That's how you get Firehole.
Yeah, fire hole.
It burns.
That ring of fire.
I would
Yeah,
like to
burn,
operate
burn,
this
burn.
as a skill challenge, as you can see by the thing here. There are several facets that need tending to. I will need someone to help him decipher the last bits of ancient druidic text, which requires the person to speak the language druidic.
That's probably me.
I need someone to help stabilize the beast in containment so that a sample might be extracted from it.
Okay, that could be me.
I need.
Is that just grappling or?
It could be handle animal. So again, I prefer if you guys sort of tell me how you think your character could best help. Not like I want to roll handle animal, but like Oni says, I could wrestle that bug and
I
hold
could
it still.
be strong. That's about the extent of it. I don't
Um,
have any animal handling.
He will need a second set of hands, dexterous, delicate hands, to carefully mix very fine portions into the final elixir.
Get in there, Renan.
Reninin.
Let's see, Hoppy has a
Hands?
10 on animal handling.
Oh, there you go.
Hop-
I'll be
Hoppy
the
is our
backup
animal
with
handler.
strength if Hoppy can't handle it.
Oh!
Oh, Hoppy, can you handle it? All right. Well,
Still-
let's begin
Still
with.
we go. Still we go.
Still we go. Read from the ancient text, like the next steps, basically from the cookbook, while he's getting the ingredients together, I will require someone who, through any means you can imagine, needs to be able to read Draconic.
Okay, what do
Or
I
not
need to roll?
Draconic, Druidic.
I can do that too.
If we're gonna use you for the Druidic speech, then no roll is required. We'll grant one success because as a Druid, you natively speak, read, and write Druidic. You read out loud the text to him. You're
Owning that
not
one in.
a spores expert, but some of this seems unusual. This is a rare sort of magic that you're not accustomed to, but it's odd.
Well, this poor guy is pretty odd in himself.
Mhm.
He is, it's true. Like maybe you just don't do enough mushroom magic. The next step is to prepare 6 different minute portions of the assembled ingredients into very specific ampules that will then later in the final stage all be added to the elixir. But these amounts and concentrations need to be exact. His old hands covered in mushrooms are just jittery and shaky, and he asks if someone perhaps is a little more sure-handed than he.
Yes, and I believe it's this. Here she goes.
Woo!
It is, as he dictates to you the sizes, samples, and orientations required, you perfectly execute. For the purpose of the stream, how does that go again? Let's. There, yep. Uh-huh.
I'm just doing what I'm told.
Yep.
Okay.
You have doled out the exact spell ingredients into their precise sizes and shapes in separate ampules to, at the last stage, be added to the final concoction. Now he needs to extract the essence of chaos from this captured larval form of this scarab beetle. It does look like that large rust scarab that broke down the door. And even now, the feathery appendages below its horns and jaws sort of release that copper-like dust that seems to want to corrode and eat away metal. But we need him calm enough that someone could go in and attempt to make that extraction. Who will be in charge of calming the beast?
Hoppy.
I think
All
it's
right.
animal handling.
Handle that animal, son.
Hey, 28.
That is remarkably good.
Nailed it.
We are at 3
Just
successes,
remarkable,
no failures.
remarkable animal handler.
Remarkable animal handler. Exactly.
Lastly, we need to extract the essence of chaos. This is an Arcana check. Someone needs to physically remove that etching from its forehead,
Is that you?
Come on.
Owen?
or
Or
medicine.
Siri.
Like you can view it as like a surgical extraction or a magical removal, but it needs someone who is comfortable in one of those fields to be able to remove the small brand of chaos from this creature.
Can I cast guidance on myself and do that check
Sure.
if I need it? I definitely do.
At a 6 Arcana, you feel very uncertain that you've extracted what you needed to extract.
Is your medicine
It's gonna be
higher?
plus.
Does anybody have an inspiration token? We can't give our inspiration tokens, right? That was
You
a
can give them
no-no.
to somebody else.
Well, I have guidance, which is an extra D4.
That's
I
not
was
going to
just
be
checking
enough.
to see. Oh, I know. I'm just checking to see
Here.
if my
I have one of my inspiration tokens.
yeah, if
You
I
get
can,
one of them.
my medicine is significantly better than
Yeah,
my
roll
Arcana.
medicine then with the inspiration token, maybe.
Yeah, re-roll medicine with.
Yeah, that's.
See,
what
that's better.
I do need the D4,
Yeah.
but you don't need to roll it. It just needed to be a 14 or better, so you do succeed. But...
Hey!
Nice. You extract the element of chaos from the larval form of the scarab. We now have all of the ingredients. It's simply a matter of putting them together, which he does in sequence until they're all in this lead-lined glass vial. and he quickly puts a stopper on, and you can hear pressure build up behind it. The glass almost cracks, and then the distillation settles and becomes thick and heavy and not unlike pond muck.
Oh, you
It's got
enjoyed
like
drinking that, Oni.
It's got a dark green, syrupy consistence.
Oh no.
Um,
Whoever in the turn
Ugh.
order is closest to that monster being dead is gonna have to drink that. Ugh. We'll just have to pass it to whoever that person is.
he hands it to Draco, just druid to druid, because that's how
That's perfectly
inside
fine.
clubs do
Bros.
things.
Bro, there we
Yeah.
go.
And reminds you that what you have in your hand is the only one of its kind, that he does not have the raw materials to make another one. So not only is this invaluable, he also reminds you that it is technically alive, treated with all necessary courtesies and be gentle with it.
Go shaky shake.
Alright.
Gotcha.
Guys, I have something important to say. Is there still an egg in my sack? Was I supposed to still be warming stones? What happened to that? I remember it lava lamped on us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last thing I remember.
It destroyed some things in your bag, and
Yes,
and we haven't checked in on it since then.
Great. I have been checking in on it, just not telling everyone about it because it's my baby and Mark's baby. I mean, Hoppy's baby. So we've been doing
what's going on with it?
great job. Didn't we make a satchel for it? And then wasn't Mark actually holding it on
Because it
him?
was too hot to keep in the bag.
Yeah.
Oh, that
So-
might be fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bring that up now, but ADD, I need to know, is my
No,
baby
this is
okay?
D&D.
Same thing. Same thing. There's a high percentage of people with ADHD that play D&D. It's science. That's a fact. I made that up, guys.
Checking in with Hoppy, the leathery egg sac, the vessel is still contained. It has slowly started to grow colder, but that could be because we're inside. He's not sure what to make of that. The only guidance you were given is that you should do your best to keep it warmer than warm, almost hot. So in the shadow of this druid's enclave, he tells you that it feels almost cool to his shoulder.
Can we
Okay,
put hot
so
rocks
we need
underneath
to.
it?
Yeah, I'm gonna hot rock like all around the outside, so it's not burning Hoppy's skin, but at least like shove them in between the pack and whatever. I'm hot rocking my baby.
Mm-hmm.
You're hot rocking the baby while the rest of the skill challenge was happening. It is starting to warm up. The skill challenge is done. Are you guys leaving Seshut's
Yeah.
chamber
Let's go find this monster.
to go wander into the desert for
We
1,000
got to get it
years?
done before 10:50.
Mm-hmm.
We got 40 minutes.
First, I want to share mushrooms with him as a thank you for his help.
Nice.
Okay, you just want to do mushrooms.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 recommend.
I don't know if I told you guys, but that's how I have my advanced perception is I microdose.
Nice.
Nice.
He is grateful as always to share his craft with you, and you can partake of a delicious meal that is so filling you need not have another meal today, a la lembas bread, except it's gross mushrooms.
I suppose
We will take
all
it.
may as well do that.
Okay, guys, before we leave town, we have one greater healing potion. We have one lesser healing potion. We have restorative ointment. I don't even know what the fuck that is. So I have one of each. Do y'all have potions? Who of us die all the time?
I have a great potion of healing on my person.
Zach or Draco?
Looking at my, I got a greater healing potion as well.
Okay, Caleb, Amon.
Actually, I got 2 healing potions on mine.
I'm
I
pretty
agree.
sure I have one, but my character sheet's being slow.
Okay, and I don't think Mark needs them. Okay. Is there anything else you guys can think of?
He's got a healing potion as well, so.
No, we hit
Where do I go to get a higher armor class? Can I buy that? How do I do that? I'm afraid I'm gonna die.
Yeah, we got lots of that. Let me narrate one quick thing. As you guys leave Seshut's chamber, he asks if you remember the way out. He'd like to stay here and clean up. If you can find your way through the mushroom garden, it's easy enough to find your way out. As you guys depart, you walk past the fire ring that has enclosed that scarab, the eternal ring of fire that he created. Everybody walks past it, nothing happens. As Hoppy walks past it, small licks of fire leap from the ring of fire onto his shoulder and are slowly absorbed by the egg sac. For a very brief moment, it reacts as though the egg itself is on fire, but then quickly the flames go out and you can see a soft orange glow begin to emanate from the egg sac.
Nice.
And as it glows softly orange cast against the bioluminescence, you can see this coiled serpentine shape that now has prickly spines that run along the length of its back. Its head is hidden from you at this point, but it looks like a large, long, coiled serpent.
Gonna have a baby dragon.
It just sounds like a bad move. Bad move.
I'm sure it's going to be a little complicated.
It's complicated.
Mm-hmm. Still we go.
And we all
Still we go.
Do we all see that?
Yes. Oh yeah. It would be hard to miss.
I'm gonna be like, Draco, I think at least once per day you're gonna need to flame seed our egg.
Okay.
Let's leave that alone.
Yep. Yeah. No. Yep. We're all adults.
You knew what I meant, Jesus.
There's
Scorching, right?
nothing to
I should have
say.
said scorching. Scorching.
Yep.
Lay our egg. Lay on flame hands.
There you go.
Whew. Okay.
Flame
Getting
fingers.
warm over there, huh?
In case you guys are wondering, I also get myself into trouble professionally with the things that just come out of my mouth. Where I'm like, no. Let me restate that. This is what I meant to say. It's bad. Who let me adult? Okay.
I've put up on the screen, hopefully for everybody to see, the apothecary shop.
Mm-hmm.
I have also said multiple times, and I'll reiterate here, not because I think you need to hear it again, but just as a reminder about Calm. Largest merchant city on our adventuring planet. Almost anything you could want probably exists here at various price points. Rather than make a store sheet that had hundreds of pages on it, if you want to find armor, in other words, Renan, almost certainly that can be accommodated. You just need to tell me what you're looking at, and I can quote you a price.
Like the ring of protection that I picked up to increase mine.
Right. Just if you're just looking for a basic armor upgrade, like studded leather armor is 40 gold at any store here, and that's an armor class of 12 plus dex modifier. If you're looking to go into some of the medium armors, maybe the best one is a chain shirt, which you could find for upwards of 50 gold almost anywhere in the city. And that would be 13 plus dex modifier to a maximum of +2, which probably is more limiting than you would want to be, but I'm guessing studded leather is probably right about where you cap out in the non-magical space. What do you currently have?
Draco has studded leather because he's a stud.
Sure, that's just a coincidence.
I just have medium armor.
Rena, what you got?
I don't know. I'm looking.
I'm just a baby.
I like
see it
how
as
you would
leather.
make. I like how you would make fun of.
Light armor.
You'd make fun of me, Draco, for having such low AC, but you're worse than mine.
Well, I don't need heavy armor. I need to sneaky sneak. It's more important typically for me to be a little wafy. Where is she? No one knows. Than to be a clunky.
You don't want to be.
I'm keeping my light
Can you
armor.
hear her talking? That's where she is.
Fuck you.
In the light armor space, Renan, you're currently wearing leather armor. If you wanted to upgrade to studded leather, that gives you an armor class bump of +1 for the cost of 40 gold.
Do that.
That's the best upgrade you can do until you start hitting disadvantage on stealth checks, which I know you want to avoid. But you got,
I'll do-
just in basic armor, you can go 1 higher for 40 gold.
How do I change that? Okay. How do I change that on my sheet?
You can drag it from the journal, studded leather, or if you have a problem with it, let me know and I'll do it. You'll want to like unequip the first one though.
Yeah. Listen, this is not going to go well for me, John. If you do it, it will go much faster.
I'm on it.
Thank you. Because God knows I will fuck that up.
So do the rest of us.
I'm a big like pencil and paper gal.
Mhm.
I could have just erased it and changed all my numbers. You know? Do you know what I mean?
Janelle Cyan?
But I'm a fucking genius in Microsoft Word. I can pretty much fix any problem you'll ever come across.
Nice.
It's my only real skill in life. That's a lie.
Yeah, we saw you mixing those potions earlier.
Very good at that skill as well. It served me well throughout my life thus far. No complaints.
All right, your character sheet should show 16 AC now. That's with the studded leather equipped.
Guys, sometimes you just have to ask. Thank you.
Wait, she got 16 AC. I'm still 12 AC.
We gotta
Yeah, you
fix that.
suck.
Oh, because your dex is low, yeah?
Yeah, my dex is 0.
My dex is, let's see here, none.
That's right.
It's no problem.
Like my dex is a 10, so no modifiers.
Any other purchases, or can we? Are you
Let's
guys ready
hit the
to
road.
leave the city?
Let's take our
Take
camels
a
and
rut.
Get on.
Go!
Get going.
And still we go.
Still, we go.
All right, we
Into the night.
fast forward our way out of the city of Calm the Grand Bazaar, heading dead east was the instruction you were given, which also takes you in a sense of cardinality, kind of in the same way as the Wandering Oasis mission. So it's not an entirely out of your way thing. The desert here is much more stony. There's a lot more rock than there is sand, which is nice because it gives you a break from some of the wind. Sandstorms are far less frequent here, and when they do happen, there are easier places to hide. This is also an area, if you recall from the warning signs when you first got to town, area known for bandit ambushes and for sandworm predation. You are in sandworm country, so do be on the lookout for that stuff. After about a mile or two outside of Calm, once you can no longer see the city proper, I would like one of you to give me a survival check to sort of maintain a heading and to navigate us in the correct rough description of what we were given from the King of Coin.
I think it's for me,
You have
guys.
advantage on that.
Oh, okay.
I'm on a roll of 23, so I think we're good there.
But he said from each of us.
Oh, from each?
I said from one of you, I thought. If I said each, I misspoke. I apologize.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. Sorry. I thought you said each. My bad.
I may have. It's entirely possible.
Our 23 is enough.
23 is plenty good. Your path is set, and as usual, Amon sort of commits that path to memory and has an excellent sense of natural, intuitive direction. So we've got a good heading to walk on. Unless something horribly changes, we'll use that number for the rest of this adventure. You walk for over an hour, taking a break once to just kind of rest. If some of you are saddle sore from camels, because riding camels is a wholly different animal from riding horses, and you just need a break.
It is a different animal.
You picked up on that.
I did. A wholly different animal.
Wholly different animal. There is a small valley where the natural turn of the dunes takes you between two large stone outcroppings. On either side of them is just like super high, very stacked dune sand. Like the wind has blown sand up against these rocky edifices until it's created this natural dune structure. But the passageway between these two stone uprights has basically created like a valley, a natural pass through. Everybody here is also keenly aware that it's a choke point, right? It's also everything in the desert in this region is going to have to pass through this point at some interval.
Death box.
Were there to be an ambush, this would be a likely place to do it.
Everybody be on the lookout. Woo-hoo.
Do you proceed?
We shall. Onward!
Still we go.
And still we go.
I would like, who's on our lead? I don't remember whether we send Amon
It's
first.
me. I feel like I'm scouting ahead because I'm like the little.
I'm usually in the front too because I've got good survival checks.
Let's have you guys tell me, the first two of you, like the first two people in the van of our party, the first and second persons in line to make a perception check for me.
I think that's me and Hoppy.
We got a 13, Hoppy.
Okay.
You should have advantage.
Oh, I did not. Okay. So, here... There you go, Hoppy. 14.
Precisely 1 point better.
I
Rendon and
think I
Hoppy...
have a +1 for my ring.
18 should be enough.
You turn the corner, leading through the sort of natural stone archway that's created by this geographic feature. Not in a way that you would ever wish him harm, Renan, but you are happy to walk slowly for a moment and let Hoppy step into the open by himself. Not expecting an ambush, but just if there were to be one, better that all of those initial hits hit him, and I'll leave you available for counter-striking.
Right?
Thankfully, surprisingly, none of that comes to pass. There is no boulder from the top dropped on your head. There's no sand legions. There's no giant armada of hidden bandits waiting to take you of your things. You two turn the corner, though, and you can see obvious furrowing in the sand here, which is the left-behind trail of a large sandworm. And just about outside the range of your sight here in the desert, between the opalescence that turns in this desert dune and the sand that's just being blown into your face constantly, you think you see bodies in the sand about 200 feet ahead of you.
I'm going to do my little sign language-y talk thing and let Oni know that we are in possible danger and I see dead bodies ahead. And then sandworm. Tell her there's a sandworm. Get your Polytrades ready.
I'll try to position myself closer to her toward the front.
Okay.
And
Can
I'd like
I
to
look
investigate
around
the bodies when we come up to them and see
You
if
said
it's the
that this would
missing men.
be a. You said that this would be like a good place where people would hang out and ambush people.
It has that quality, yeah, where you're sort of like, it's a natural filter where people have to pass through a very narrow passage.
Can I look? Can I use blue light special and look around, specifically seeing if there's any hidden passages or other anything else like that? I would be looking for the thief sign.
Give me just a moment. Pull up my alphabet. So it takes, if you're willing to spend a moment, initially, like at face level, there's no markings. If you look up the stone column for a ways, you eventually find the blue light torch reacts and reveals the glyph of a downwards pointing dagger. You are not. That doesn't like beyond me telling you you found a hidden glyph of a downward pointing dagger. That means very little to you.
Does it mean something to me? Thieves'
Uh,
Cant?
It would
Put it
if he
out
told
to her.
you. The Thieves' Cant alphabet tells you, Renan, that this is an area of ambush and assault. This tells you that it tells you that there have often been waiting parties that highway rob people here, and that if you wish to avoid it, there's a way that you would carry your dagger here. This particular Thieves' Cant orientation tells you to have your dagger upside down on your right hip. That portrays to potential bandits in this area that you are not a target, but are in fact one of them.
And I'm going to just, without any other instructions, tell everyone that's carrying a dagger, upside down right hip. And make sure it's out in the open.
I think we all have daggers, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know if it comes
I
in
do
the
not.
adventurer's
do.
kit by default,
I
but
do.
I
I
think
have one.
it's an easy to get weapon.
I have one. And I'm
Me too.
happy to pull
I
my
have my
rogue's
Expando
cloak
Greatsword.
back.
Does that count?
I don't think you want to walk with that upside down.
Ow, my face. Ow, my ear. Once the torch is put back away, you do see, everybody can see now, the corpses. Actually, I'm going to just move you guys to a map. How about that?
Choice for you.
This is what it looks like. You guys are coming in from the northern side. You can see bodies, and as you get closer now, there's a massive hole in the sand, a gaping tunnel entrance.
Like the one that we followed the other one down?
Like a desert butthole.
Ugh.
Or do we
Thank
see?
you.
Do we see a bounty hunter's hand reaching out?
Nice.
Not yet, but there is jackpack noises coming from inside.
Oh, nice.
Bikini, chain around neck.
All right.
That's my role here.
Creep closer and try to investigate the bodies and see if they're the missing people.
Not put up the turn order tracker until we're in combat because it gives me the false hope that I'm not going to have to kill shit. I don't want to kill the worm. I love him.
Bless the maker in his water.
Are these dead camels?
Yeah, as you get close, Oni, there are these. Wow, sorry, I got stuck. There are dead camels as well as dead humans. The humans are all clad in the same charcoal gray hood and cloak attire. They all wear daggers, inverse drawn on their right hip. And something has eaten their stomach and viscera, like all the kidneys, liver, gallbladder, stomach, like all the visceral entrails have been eaten out of their stomachs. Like so, you have just empty rib cage down to pelvis, basically.
They must have had the soup.
Heart, lungs left intact, but just like all of the rib cage viscera has just been removed.
I'm gonna gesture
Weird.
to Amon and Sari and tell them what I'm seeing so that they can come and look and see if there's any marks of a chaotic creature.
I'll leave it up to them to decide whether or not they want to come and take a look at this grossness.
I do. I like
You
nature,
do?
man.
Oh my god.
Should anybody who doesn't have one grab a dagger here? I don't think I have a dagger, but I could grab one easily enough.
Yeah,
It's fine with me.
I'm sure there's one on these bodies. Is there any other
Dagger.
identifiable materials that we should be taking with us back to the King of Coins so that he'll know who these
I'd like
men were?
the bodies.
Like what?
Loot the bottles on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, not the time? Not the
Oni-
time to loot the bodies?
Oni, as you call to your friends for additional investigation, there is motion in your periphery. Like, so sometimes your head is always on a swivel. Sometimes you're just prepared enough that, like, you don't know what you saw, but it was motion, and this is already like a high tense, a high stress, very tenseful situation, and you see something just out of the range of your peripheral vision, but subtle motion, and it, you draw your sword and turn on a swivel. As you spin around, there's no immediate threat in this vicinity, no giant sandworm rearing up out of its hole to eat you. You scan for, like, the immediate threats, and you don't see any. And as you go back to motion the all clear for everyone to approach, you notice that the camel's body twitches again.
Ugh. I'm gonna draw my sword and poke it.
It kicks twice, like its back legs almost like spasm, like the whole lower half of its body is moving at the same time.
Amon, what is
Is the
happening?
camel eviscerated as well?
It's difficult to tell from this angle. Its stomach appears to be intact, but it's also like half buried in the sand.
I got various pokey bits. I can attack it.
You want me to run you up towards one?
I mean, if we're trying to figure out if it's like got a face eater in its stomach, then yeah, I guess.
Oh, Zeke. I ADD'd, sorry.
So we have
Hoppy
Poke
stabs it with his with his warglaive. It pierces into the camel easier than you'd expect, and does not immediately find any resistance. In fact, it feels like you pass through a layer of skin and then about 2 feet of open air until it hits sand below. You can't see that because you are penetrating its skin, but like where there would normally be, 2 or 3 feet of guts and ribs and viscera, there's just no resistance whatsoever. If you pull the warglaive out, it's clean.
Like a turn when this is over.
Go ahead, Renan.
I'd like to just like sneak and hide behind this camel just to get a better view, because while they're examining the bodies, I want to just look around to make sure nobody can sneak up on them.
Excellent choice. Make a stealth check and a perception check.
Push buttons? The fuck? Sorry, I'm not doing great today at being alive. Okay, stealth and perception?
Yes, please.
Where'd she go?
You do basically disappear between the shadows of this canyon and the bloated camel corpse. Even friends who know your game are having a hard time seeing exactly where you've gone. Shade away. You crouch down low. You're in a great spot to ambush anybody that comes into this valley. You've got keen sight lines north and south. While you're crouched low against this camel, waiting to see what Hoppy and Oni uncover, discover, get involved in, as they often do, you can hear a soft sound like...
You guys can't hear it, but it's gross.
Okay, like squishing?
Like hand in a mayonnaise jar.
Not quite the... Oh my goodness.
Okay.
If you had to make the closest correlation that Renan the character would be familiar with, it's like listening to Hoppy eat a bowl of stew after a long hike. It's just a gross, sloppy gnashing of teeth and consuming of beef flesh. And
Yeah, that's gross. Okay.
I'd like to summon Mike.
But wait, I can't tell where it's coming from.
It seems to be coming from right in front of you. Sounds very, very close.
In the camel?
Can I, staying hidden, pick up sand and throw it in the general direction to see if it lands on something in Viz?
You can. You toss it around you without giving out your location, too much, but the sand doesn't seem to hit anything that you can't see with your naked eye. The wind mostly just takes it and scatters it back to the desert floor.
Oh, is it under me? Fuck that. I'm going to intuitively get on top. I'm going to Luke Skywalker and get inside the belly. I want to be completely hidden and safe. Don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you. Let's go.
Drawing your dagger across the belly of the camel in an attempt to tauntaun this bitch. You draw its entrails open, and when you would expect to see all the viscera flop out onto the sand floor, instead you find the remains of a large coiling serpent. It looks at you, opens a maw of reciprocating teeth, and lunges at your face.
And I grab my dagger and cut its head off.
No, but
I really tried.
That was amazing.
I tried so hard.
I wanted to summon Mike before we got into combat. Did that happen or no?
You were stepping on my feet, on my toes. I had to finish my thing.
Yeah, but it could have happened simultaneously.
it is better when both parties get what they want at the same time. So I will draw Mike Ock out here. There he goes. Oh, not there though. There.
Do we get a Suri helping us or no?
She is here. We haven't talked about it in a while. She can sort of just casually observe. She can be a portion of the help, harm, heal team, where at 0 she does one of those two things, or one of you can actually run her as a character if we want.
I think help, harm, heal in this situation.
So.
This isn't like when we actually need her to fight, we'll pilot her, but right now we can help, harm, heal.
Okay, sounds good.
I say as I'm the one being actively attacked, and we'll regret that in 5 minutes. But that's cool.
Well, you're about to cut its head off with your dagger, so no sweat.
So
I wanted to.
I see this one just jump out and hear Renan's cry.
She didn't cry.
Of surprise. Of surprise.
She
like,
immediately. She immediately falls to the ground backwards.
Okay.
Like, you ain't gonna get me, you serpent.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to see you. I needed you to make a noise because you had such a good stealth
I made
check
a noise.
You said that your friends couldn't see you.
I made the noise that lets Oni know I'm in danger because she'll know that noise.
While using the complicated sign language that tells her that you're about to engage in combat with a penis analog.
Wow, she's invisible.
It's a very specific bird call.
Yeah.
Because we're
cock.
I hear it and immediately look in her general direction. Can I see the worm?
Yeah, it's time to kick some dick worms.
Kicking dick worms. Here we go.
Ow. Inappropriate.
I'm guessing all 3 of those hit.
You would have guessed correctly.
For 29 damage.
Can you see their health bar, or did I screw that up?
Yes, I can see the health bar.
Thanks. Only any other actions besides your movement? No, you're done.
Nope, because I moved and attacked 3 times.
Thematically appropriate. Renan, it is your turn. Your bigger sister trompses over to try to cut the worm down as it finishes coiling out of the camel corpse. It's about 10 feet long, but it's got girth to it.
Please ignore me.
Will do.
Into.
Okay, I'm going to grab my short sword. Stabby. No sneak.
Okay.
Does a 26 hit, but I didn't move, so...
Don't you get sneak if something else is in melee with it? And you didn't move?
She gets sneak if it hasn't attacked yet.
I am in melee with it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that you moved over there. Yep, I get sneak. I understand that I would get sneak if it hasn't attacked yet, but then it already saw me. I feel like that's cheating.
I wanted to make sure you got the chance to cut its head off, so.
The easy thing to well, I don't want to mansplain it to you, but whenever you take the action that gives you advantage on your attack roll, any attack roll that's made with advantage also is one of the criteria for sneak attack. So anytime you're not going to move for advantage on your
Oh,
attack roll,
okay.
anytime a rogue makes a roll with advantage, he gets sneak.
Great. I will never forget that. That's so easy. So I stabbed the fuck out of it. I was like,
So literally manifested your own destiny, and as it lunges at you, you cut its fucking head off.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, fuck you.
You leave a row of reciprocating teeth still spinning, trying to eat whatever its floppy, non-attached to the rest of its body mouth is trying to do. And the rest of it falls flat, and washing out of it are the organs and entrails of a recently eaten camel.
Great. Sexy. Gross. I hope none of it touches me.
If you cut its, I don't want to know the answer to this, but I'm going to say it anyway. If you cut its belly open and that giant thing was in there, how did it get in there in the first place?
Nope.
We can do a forensic examination, or we can assume it went in its butt as a tiny worm.
Oh. It could have gone through the mouth.
No, not in D&D.
Oh.
It is Hoppy's turn. Is there anything Hoppy would like to do?
There are
You
no
would like
visible
to.
worms.
There are no
Oh.
visible enemies.
Nope.
Then
The corpse at your
seeing as
feet
how
still
this was
twitches.
Seeing how this was in one of the camel's stomachs, I want to just kind of stick my glaive in and mush around the guts of any of the other ones just to make sure that there's nothing else there.
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
I can go reckless, so make it a regular.
Okay.
Okay, so normal then instead of disadvantage.
Yep.
Okay.
Normalmente.
And I don't need to be right next to it. I can be 10 feet away. So
Okay, make sure I get everything switched. Okay, and there you go.
I don't think you did that right.
It may not have. Do I need to do this?
You need to click on the word glaive from the weapon. Like you're just choosing the damage modifier, great weapon.
Oh, I
master.
did, didn't I? Glaive. I don't. Oh, there it is.
It's one of the last.
There it is. Hey.
No.
So an 8 is what you rolled. Did you mean to do it reckless or with great weapon mastery?
no, I wouldn't have. I was just trying to scramble the guts.
Okay, so want to re-roll that?
So it's still a 12, and a 12, believe it or not, doesn't get it done.
Well, I got one more try in that.
Okay, a 16 does finally find something. You deal 14 points of slashing damage to it, and it erupts out of the camel's corpse. A now slightly wounded juvenile sandworm. And almost as if
That's pretty
in
much all I
sync,
can do.
2 others erupt from the humanoid corpses around the campsite surrounding this hole, and they all begin to writhe towards the largest of you. Draco, it will be your turn in just a second. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Amon hasn't gotten his turn yet. I show them all out of order on the turn order tracker.
Doesn't that look right to you?
It does now.
Get more bitters.
And we have this is a 6-minute warning.
This is 6-minute one. Oh,
From
because I
without leaving.
was going to take off early.
Mhm.
Copy. All right. This one will attempt to bite Huppy, and it has advantage because of reckless. 11 points of piercing plus. Oh no, 10 points of acid. It should say fire. It should say acid. 21 points in total. And he is not raging. That is 21 actual damage. The other two worms are unable to reach anybody this round. It is Renan's turn with Amon on deck.
Renan is going to shoot the shit out of that thing.
A hit for 26.
Nice.
Right through its throat. It's bleeding profusely and looks like it's trying to burrow, maybe to make the rest of the distance underground, which it probably should have done from the beginning. But it's young. It doesn't know any better. They don't all make it. Amon, it's your turn.
Okay. Sorry. I'm gonna shoot something. I'm gonna go after blue since it's already been doing the thing.
A critical hit.
Nice.
50.
No. And Sandy.
Nice. Let's see, 16 damage to the worm first and foremost. So here's one of those. I'm going to give you the option. What you rolled on the hit table is the attack is so powerful you've bowled over the opponent and knocked them flat on their ass, which leaves them prone. That's a great advantage for melee. For you, technically, it means your second shot would be made at disadvantage because laying down flat on the ground makes it harder for someone to hit you with a ranged attack. If you would rather not do that, we instead could say that you reduce its speed by half or something, that the critical strike damage it in such a way that it's only going to be able to take a partial movement next turn instead of knocking it prone, or you can knock it prone if you don't care about the penalty.
I'll knock it prone and then I'll shoot pink
Okay.
for my second shot.
Nice.
Perfect.
And then don't forget you got this guy here. Whoop.
18 hits for 9 points.
You got Mike ready.
And then Mike is gonna attack red.
We don't have red.
Very loud. Really sorry.
You can't see. You can't see.
I can't see shit.
Oh, a 5 is going to miss.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Draco, it is
That'll
your
be it
turn.
for my turn.
Okay, so Draco turn. We will do a Scorching Ray at blue. 1. Oh, shit. Mark, if you didn't know, I critically failed my Scorching Ray first attack.
You did say 1. You did not specify.
Yep. Okay. I don't think that's fair. I'm going to have to modify this a little bit because I don't like this one. It seems too punishing for such a low number. Like if you had rolled 99, I'd be like, okay, yeah, fine, get fucked. We're gonna just instead say that you are so wrapped up in concentrating on this spell that you have neglected like your situational awareness completely. The next attack made against you will be made with advantage. and this attack just counts as a miss.
Okay.
What you rolled was that your turn ends now, and you have disadvantage on all spell attacks, and your enemies have advantage on all saving throws until the end of your next turn.
Ooh,
Damn.
And like that's fucking brutal. That basically kills 2 turns.
that is harsh.
Okay. Here's another one. 14.
That is a hit. Oh no,
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm
that's a
going for
miss.
blue.
It's a miss. Unless you can come up with one somewhere.
Nope, there you go. 28.
28 hits for 10.
Okay, and that's my turn.
All right. Oni, round 2. We've got 1 dead, 1 critically wounded, 1 half dead, and 1 barely touched.
All right, I'm gonna zip over here to purple.
Just zip over there.
Yep, and I'm gonna do one of these maneuvers. Does 14 kill it?
No. It has 19 hit points. Now it has 5.
Now it's dead.
Now
That's
it's dead.
Okay, and then I moved 10, so I have 20 left. Will that get me? Damn.
I'm fine with it. You can be in melee.
Then I'm gonna zip over here for my last one on pink. Oh, but
Ooh,
we know
missed
that
by
a
1.
14 doesn't hit. I had
Yep.
to travel, just couldn't do it.
Seems right. It is Hoppy's turn. He's still adjacent to the one that's mostly dead.
Go ahead and kill the one that's next to me, and then move over and attack the other one if you have an extra thing. You should have. Actually, I don't know if I can go reckless without being enraged, so we can't do the reckless. But
I think you can reckless whenever you want. You don't have to be under the effects of a rage
Okay.
to do it.
I don't have it in front of me, so I'm not 100% sure. But if you want to go reckless, then I get advantage. And if you do that, you can probably do great weapon mastery, and probably still hit. So
I just rolled.
that would be-
Wait, I forgot the great weapons mastery, but we got a 24 with 11 slashing.
That would be a 19 for 21 slashing.
Yeah.
Just because of the goosh factor. It was dead either way, but I like it liquefied.
Okay. It's been liquefied. Now
much
you're going
better
to
to
go.
liquefy 'em.
Now we're going to go show Oni how it's done.
Yep, on the pink one.
Oh, and I get an extra attack because I killed him.
So that's 2 more attacks.
Thing.
Nice.
It's one of the features of the Great Weapon Master feat.
That was amazing.
The hit for 19. And 1 more attack, right? No.
Yeah, because he gets the extra one. He usually gets 2
17.
attacks, right?
That's a total of 3. Yeah. I just wasn't. I hadn't caught up.
All right, sorry, I did 4. My bad.
17 is Exactes. He is dead.
Nice.
And
You killed another one.
were I any less emotionally mature than I am, I would say it took you guys 2 in the pink. something.
Yeah.
Only if you were
halfway-
immature.
Yeah.
Still we go. Still we
There
go.
we go.
It was shocking to me that
That no one made that joke.
indeed. Great round for Hoppy. I have my sandworms to go.
What
No,
sand
they're all
worms?
dead. Yep.
And then the ground rumbles and the data comes out.
Expecting something worse, you guys maintain battle posture. You wait. And you wait. But no massive sandworm emerges from the hole. For the time being, you seem to be out of combat and are free to move about the cabin. Before we do anything else, since I know Michelle is looking to bail for cousin time, let's just quick frank talk. Is it better to just end the session here knowing that Mark's driving, Renan is gone, and Caleb's going to have to be doing full-time kitty wrangling? Is it going to be too distracting to have basically 2.5 players down. Do we want to run the last hour? You guys tell me.
May I ask them? We're just going into more combats, correct?
Yes.
Yeah,
let's
probably.
stop here so that way we're not having to man too many character sheets.
Sorry, guys.
No,
worries.
not at
No,
all.
no.
It's still 2 hours worth of playtime. It's awesome.
Yeah, as long as
Yeah.
we're consistent and we hit most of the Sundays, I don't care if
Yeah.
a few of them have to be short.
Yeah.
I only get
Just-
cranky
and
when we miss like 3
Just
in
to
a
let
row.
you guys know, just to let you guys know, in 2 weeks I may be out again. Logan didn't finish his Eagle project, so
'Kay.
we've got to go back down to Julian. So that'll happen. Otherwise, I should be in most of the weeks for June.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I like to imagine Julian is the name of a large eagle that's helping him with the project.